This is AgGrad Live,
We have all of the different segments within the cotton.
the show that explores what it's really like to work in the ag industry,
So making sure that we get policy and regulatory issues
straight from the people who live it every day.
What skills do you use that most people wouldn't think of with a professional farm manager? I mean, what came to mind when you were talking earlier about reports is like you probably have to write quite a bit, or I don't know if those reports happen in PowerPoint or how that works. But is that a skill that you weren't expecting to have to use, or what other skills would people not expect in this job?
I think the premise of the job is communication. So communication is probably the number one skill. Acting as the landowner liaison, you have to communicate both sides. Definitely writing. We, growing up, did a lot of writing, some speech presentations, just working into those leadership roles, I guess. And I think it's kind of a term that's got a little bit of a black eye, but a jack of all trades, or a diverse in all, master of none kind of deal. And that's one thing that has really played a hand, because you can be talking grass species to fertilizer rates to, gestation periods and health protocol all in the same hour. So being able to maybe admit that you're not the smartest one in the room on everything, but understand that you have to know a little bit about everything.
Have you ever had it where you're put on a project or a property? I don't know the right terminology, but where you're like, boy, I grew up around cattle and row crops. I don't know anything about pecans or poultry or whatever the case may be. I mean, has there been anything like that for you? I don't know how much you can share on that.
I managed a property in South Texas that had onions on it, and those vegetable crops. So that's like being thrown to the fire, trying to understand vegetable crops and leasing shares and whatnot from there. There's definitely times you get thrown into a situation, but that's when it comes back to communication. If you know, or your network of people, if you know or can meet people that can help you and just are honest about the fact that I know nothing or I know a little bit, I'd like to learn more, that not sitting still and wanting to learn more, I think are those ambitious attributes that you need to have early in a career.
Yeah, I think so. I think curiosity is an underrated skill. In fact, I tell people that, if I'm facilitating them going in for an interview, is like, a live interview, what they're wanting to know is like, how interested in this job are you? And so you have to kind of show, genuine curiosity. And I think that's just an underrated job skill in general. It's, how curious are you? Now, so for you, learning onions or whatever the case may be, you said you kind of utilize your network. So what would that look like? You would just kind of give them a call and just say, hey, tell me what talk to me like I'm 5 about growing onions, or, how would that look?
Yeah, a call, an email. The extension services in every state are a great tool. Regardless of where you're at, there's typically you can get in contact with an extension agent from one of the programs, one of the states. They're a good source. We do a lot with leasing, but with such a diverse area of Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, we may not be well versed in that area. And so we've got to do what we can to, it's a what you know, not who you know game. That's another one of those thrown out cliches, but it's true. And you have to be honest about asking questions and hopefully they'll understand your interest.
Right. Yeah. You don't have to have the answers, but you just need to know, where to find them for sure.
Thank you for joining AgGrad Live. Visit aggrad.com, that's AGGRAD, to join the community, create your profile, and learn more about careers in the agriculture industry.